Down with this sort of thing. Careful now.
What is up everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be going through my team selection ahead of Game Week 20. I expect Game Week 20 will be an important week for a lot of managers as they seek to make some drastic changes to their teams ahead of double game weeks for City, Spurs, Palace and United. As I'm recording this video, Game Week 19 has not yet concluded as Chelsea still have to face Fulham at Craven Cottage. Game Week 19 was a good game week for me as I'm currently sat just outside the top 100k. I'm hoping that the final fixture for this week should provide me with enough to move back inside the top 100k, as returns from Kepa and Dress could see me rise even further. The decision to bring in Mitrovic and captain him also paid off as he managed to get one return before being yellow carded in the dying minutes of the Leicester game. Even though he misses the Chelsea game, he still outscored Haaland and Martial by 8 points. I'm hoping for another small rank rise in Game Week 20 as I look to build on the momentum I've gained since the return of FPL. If you do find this video helpful, please make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at fplfatherted for daily updates on my team. Now without further ado, let's get into my team selection for Game Week 20. Starting off in nets, we have Kepa who faces Crystal Palace at home. The decision to start Kepa over Danny Ward has been a tough one and I'm still not 100% certain Kepa will start for me this week. Leicester have a good fixture against Nottingham Forest and we have seen Danny Ward become a hero in nets in past fixtures. My reason for starting Kepa is that FPL Review currently has him on more predicted points than Ward, however this may change before the deadline. Moving on to the back line, we have Trippier, Shaw and Cancelo. As usual, not a lot needs to be said on Trippier who faces Fulham at home. I'm expecting the usual 8 to 9 pointer from him this week. Due to Man United's confirmed double game week, Shaw faces City at home and then travels to Selhurst Park for what could be a difficult fixture against Palace. However, I'm hoping for a United clean sheet in this fixture as Palace have struggled defensively this season. Cancelo completes our defensive line but will unfortunately be one of the players who will leave the team ahead of Game Week 20. In his last 5 fixtures, Cancelo has somehow only returned 1 point. He also seems out of favour with Pep and has not been getting the minutes he usually would. This is why I would recommend selling Cancelo now in order to spread funds elsewhere. I will discuss Cancelo's replacement later in the video. Now moving on to the midfield, we have Rashford, KDB, Martinelli and Almiron. With Rashford facing City and Palace, KDB facing United and Spurs and Martinelli facing Spurs, Almiron is my only midfielder with an easy fixture this game week as Newcastle host Fulham at home. I expect it to be quite a week for most of my midfield and any returns will be a welcome bonus. Due to the confirmation of City's double game week, any KDB returns could be a massive rank booster as most people are in the same situation with players in their teams facing off against each other. Thankfully, my decision to bench Almiron last week paid off as he blanked, however I will be hoping for a return this week with a good fixture against Fulham who are known for their defensive liabilities. In the attacking line we have the usual suspects of Darwin and Haaland, with new recruit Mitrovic joining them in what could prove to be a difficult fixture against a Newcastle team who have only conceded once in their last 5 Premier League games. However, Mitrovic is not the player at risk from being moved out this week as it is instead Darwin Núñez who will look to make way for another player ahead of Game Week 20. Moving Núñez out is a move I'm expecting to hurt me at some point in the near future as he will eventually get that elusive goal. However, it will not be a move I will regret as his replacement has been in much better form throughout the season. Like many other FPL managers, I have tried my best to be patient with Núñez as I do believe his time will eventually come. Unfortunately his time with my team has run out and I believe the 8.9 million could be used better elsewhere. On the bench for Game Week 20 we have Danny Ward, Andreas, Ben White and the injured Reece James. My bench is pretty self-explanatory this week as both White and Andreas have a difficult fixture. The only discussion point on my bench is whether Ward will stay there. However, I have already given my reasons for why Kepa starts ahead of Ward this game week. Now we move on to my transfer plans for Game Week 20. As you can see on screen, this is how my team currently lines up for Game Week 20. The current plan for this week is to move Cancelo out for Botman and then take Darwin out and replace him with Harry Kane. Whilst taking Cancelo out ahead of a possible double game week could be considered a dangerous move, I believe the upside is much higher as the only way I can get to Kane is by taking out Cancelo. One of the reasons why I'm so set on bringing Kane into the team is due to how consistent his returns have been throughout the season. For example, in his last 5 games, Kane has scored 44 points. That's 17 more points than Haaland in the same amount of games. If Haaland wasn't in the game, Kane would be an absolute essential in every team. However, he is still somewhat of a differential with an effective ownership of only 40% in the top 100k. If I go ahead with my current plan, then this will be how I line up for Game Week 20. Due to being rested in the FA Cup, there is no reason to not captain Haaland regardless of the other options such as Rashford or Harry Kane. I've also seen people discuss the possibility of triple captaining Haaland this game week. Personally, I'm not a fan of such a move and will instead be using the triple captain chip on Haaland in Game Week 23. Haaland has proven time and time again why it's not a good idea to bet against him and it's certainly a risk I'm not willing to take for Game Week 20. That's going to do it for this week's team selection video. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at fplfatherted. I also just want to say a quick thank you to everybody that's been watching the videos recently. I really appreciate all the support the channel has been getting in the last few days and I'm glad people find the videos helpful. Thanks for watching and good luck this game week.
cut me out.